Once upon a time, in a quiet little cottage nestled between rolling green hills, lived a young boy named Jack with his mother. Their days were once filled with sunshine and laughter, but now a shadow of hardship had fallen upon them. Their small pantry was nearly empty, and their only remaining treasure was their dear cow milk. One somber afternoon, Jack's mother looked at him with tears in her eyes.
"Jack," she said, her voice barely a whisper, "there is nothing left. We must sell milk."
"It's our only hope!" With a heavy heart, Jack led their beloved cow along the dusty road to the market, the weight of their world resting on his young shoulders. Before he could reach the town, a mysterious old man with a long, wispy beard stepped out from behind a large oak tree. His eyes twinkled with a strange light. "That's a fine cow, my boy," he said. "But I have something far more valuable." He opened his palm to reveal 5 peculiar beans, glowing with an otherworldly light. "Trade me your cow for these magic beans," he offered. Jack hesitated, his mother's instructions echoing in his mind. But the man's promise of magic was too enchanting to resist. He made the trade. When Jack returned home, holding only the 5 small beans, his mother's hope turned to despair, then to anger. "Beans! You traded our only hope for a handful of worthless beans?" she cried, and in her frustration, she threw them out the window into the garden. As darkness fell, a deep sadness settled over their little cottage. But when the morning sun streamed through the window, it revealed an unbelievable sight. Where the beans had landed, a colossal beanstalk had sprung up overnight, its thick green vines twisting together and soaring impossibly high, disappearing into the clouds above. A sense of wonder replaced Jack's regret. This was no ordinary plant. It was a pathway to a new world. Without a second thought, he began to climb, leaving his old life on the ground below. He climbed higher and higher, through thick, swirling clouds, the wind whistling past him, until the world he knew was just a tiny patch of green far beneath. Finally, he pushed through the last layer of clouds and found himself in a kingdom in the sky. Before him stood a magnificent castle, its golden doors towering over him. The air was still and eerily silent. He crept inside, his heart pounding in his chest. Suddenly, the ground began to tremble with each thunderous footstep. A booming voice echoed through the halls. "Fee-fee-fo-fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman!" A fearsome giant stomped into the room, his shadow casting a dark chill over everything. Jack dove behind a huge wooden table, his breath caught in his throat. He watched as the giant sat down and began to count piles of shimmering gold coins. But it wasn't just the gold that caught Jack's eye. Beside the coins sat a small hen that, to Jack's astonishment, laid a solid gold egg right before his eyes. This was the answer to all their troubles. Waiting until the giant's heavy snores filled the room, Jack tiptoed out, carefully scooped up the magical hen, and scrambled back toward the beanstalk. Just as he started his descent, a furious roar shook the castle. The giant had woken up and discovered his prized hen was gone. He stormed towards the beanstalk, his immense weight making it sway violently. Jack slid down as fast as he could, the giant's angry shouts getting closer and closer. He could feel the giant's heavy hands grasping at the vines just above him. He finally reached the bottom and yelled to his mother, "The axe! Quick! Bring me the axe!" Without wasting a moment, he began to chop at the thick trunk of the beanstalk with all his might. The giant bellowed from above, but it was too late. With a final, mighty swing, the beanstalk cracked, groaned, and came crashing down with a tremendous roar, sending the giant tumbling to the ground. Then, silence. From that day on, Jack and his mother never knew hunger again. The little hen laid a golden egg every morning, and their lives were filled with comfort and joy. Jack learned that bravery, when met with a little bit of magic, can change your destiny forever. For fortune truly does favor the brave.